boxing for 30 years, you're better off asking Lou Dibela. There's about as much chance of that happening as there is of Lou growing hair, and me growing, or me losing weight. Yeah. I mean, it sounds like
you know. First of all, we still sometimes do make the biggest fights, you know, and people do move around on occasion when the money necessitates it, and the fighters demand it, and promoters are able to work together. But you have to. We have different right now. There are. I hate that term. Different streets and different sides of the street. But there are fighters who are attached to representation that's not going to let them move around, and or at least so easily. So it really, you know what, the fans and you guys have a lot to do with causing the demand for a fight to be sufficient enough to necessitate promoters working together. And you know what, I mean, a kid like a Devin Haney who's going to be in Lomachenko's grill until he gets a big fight, his smack talk that some people, I heard a couple of people like buzzing when he started dissing Loma in the ring. But you know what, man, he's trying to do his thing to build the fight. He's trying to do his thing to create demand, and he's trying to show people he'll fight anybody on earth. So I respect that, and eventually, you know, the big fights do tend to happen. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer than we would like. Right now, there's some more impediments to making some of those fights happen. Look, it's unfortunate when you see guys out there basically saying, when a fighter himself is saying, I like Shakur saying, sit down and try to make the fights. That's cool. Like, I mean, respect to him for doing that. I've seen a lot of shit being said recently by a lot of fighters saying, I'm not fighting on this side of the street, I'm staying where I am. Fuck you care what side of the street you're on. I mean, if you're a champion, you want to fight the best guys out there. At least I want to hear the fighters demanding the big fights. And then if the public demanding the big fights, the writers calling for the big fights, the fighters demanding the big fights, then we're forced to talk. We're forced to communicate and try to figure out a way to make them happen. You know, they had to make Lennox Lewis and Tyson happen. They had to figure out a way. Pay-per-view was on multiple platforms, you know. I mean, Eddie sent some guys over to ESPN already. ESPN has sent people to DAZN. Ramirez fought Hooker on DAZN. You know, there is history. It can happen. It'll happen more often, but in order for it to happen more often, the fighters themselves have to demand it, the press has to demand it, and most importantly, the people paying the money, the fans, have to demand it.
You said